the show. So, not many people would think of tea towels and think of anything other than a red and blue checked $2 buy down at Coles. But for one mother of three, tea towels mean a burgeoning SME success story. My next guest took a simple idea of putting the artwork of children onto tea towels for community fundraising and turned it into a thriving, and I mean thriving, business. Joining me now in the studio to share her journey is Emma McNeilly, founder of Expressions. Emma, thanks for being here.
Hi, thanks for having me, Chloe.
Well, I'm delighted to have you. I love the product. I love what you've created, but I don't know, I've just given it a bit of an opener, but tell me all about it. Tell me all about your business.
So I started my business 18 years ago, and it was when I was going to become a parent myself, and I was wanting to do something so I could keep bringing in the income but have a flexible life around my kids. And there's always a need for fundraising in schools and daycare, and I knew that was there. I had kind of worked in that industry in the lead up, and a lot of it was really centered around sweet stuff. So I talked to some people I knew.
Chocolate boxes.
That's right, and there was a definite movement for something that was a bit more environmentally sustainable, a really lovely keepsake, and Expressions was born.
I absolutely love this. I feel like I've probably seen the business. So this is the children's artwork, and it's printed out. You've often got the little pictures of the children. And
so most of the designs are compilations of all the children's drawings from a daycare centre or a school or a scout group or what have you, and we put them all together, and then we sell them for a wholesale price, and the school or community organisation will add on whatever they decide for their margin as a profit and sell it to their parent body, and that's how it becomes a fundraiser. Yeah, so in our first year we did 100 schools, and then 200, 300, and then I started having my own children. I didn't even market for a couple of years there, but the business kept building on its own steam, word of mouth and referral. And now we work with about 1,300 schools a year.
Wow, big numbers.
I've done fundraising projects with over 18,000 grassroots community fundraising groups in every corner of Australia, from tiny little remote communities to big city schools, and sold millions of tea towels.
Wow.
So probably a lot of people watching will actually have one of our tea towels sitting in their drawer, or grandma will, or somebody's got them.
I think we will. I mentioned my sisters have got a couple of children, and I bet they're watching tonight. I hope they are. They better be watching. They probably have them there. It's a great product, and it's a great thing to be bringing out to the marketplace. Take me back 18 years, because I'm thinking about people watching the enterprise tonight who are starting a business. How do you actually get it off the ground? That sort of day to day. Did you sit and write a business plan? Did you have anyone to bounce ideas off, or was it just you?
I had a rough business plan. I did test the market and sort of ask around a few people that were on PMC committees and that kind of thing, would they be interested? And they were, and I did test it with 2 schools before deciding to go further, and it went really well. So it was like a bit of a slow build. It was sitting around the dining room table, folding and stuffing envelopes and then sending it out to 1,000 schools and seeing how it went. So and it was a real trial and error with getting the artwork process right, and it's something that it's been a work in progress for many years, but it's been able to scale up to doing the numbers that we do with not that many staff, because I went through that process of really systemizing everything that I do, and getting the process right. There's more to it than people think, because we're dealing with thousands of customers, and you're leading them through a sort of inquiry, sales, booking, all the artwork. We have hundreds of thousands of drawings, through them approving, and then the distribution to all their families at the other end. So it's a bit of a journey that we take our customers on. So we've got real systems put in place. I've documented every procedure that we have in an operations manual, so it makes it really easy.
So there's a really good piece of advice.
Look, the operations manual is gold, because it makes it really easy to bring on new staff, and at the end of the day, exactly. And also it's actually a bit of security, because at the end of the day, I can't have everything
in
there.
your head.
So it does give the business security. So if I'm not there, and I am often not, because I choose family first,
you need
life goes on
to be able to.
And if something had happened to me, they can reference that book. So
they have all the information.
Yeah,
You
really.
You've got six. You mentioned you've got 6 staff and you've got a team of people. Tell me about the sort of staff and culture at the business, and how you as a business owner really, look after your staff and make sure that there's a great culture. I know that they're incredibly happy.
So I do, like I said, for myself, family first, and I do support that with my staff too. So bar one, they're all working mums, and there's actually a really huge talent pool of amazing women that have got children but incredible skills if you could just work around their schedules. And so I've done that. So I've got 6 staff and a couple of full-timers, and the others are part-time in various capacities that fits with their family model. Some work at night, some a couple of days during school hours, and it fits. And I think when you do that, you get really talented people, and I know I've got some waiting for me. I'm really lucky. And I was just going to say, and then really long-term staff members. I've got one lady who's worked for me for 16 years. She's amazing.
Oh, wow.
And I've got others that are, 6, 8 years.
You can absolutely see the passion in it.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of minutes to go. Any big challenges you've ever faced, and if you can really kind of nut out what that is, and then how you've overcome those challenges over the course of the business?
Yes. Well, I guess years ago, and if we're talking to a market who are earlier in the stages of their business, one of the hardest things that I struggled with at the beginning was I wanted to keep control of everything myself. It was my baby, it was all mine. I needed to do it all, felt like I had to do everything. And it's exhausting, and it's really draining, and there was a lot of late nights, and there was sometimes when the phone would ring, and rather than celebrating, I literally would just tears.
Too overwhelming.
Just exhausted. So I guess if I was giving advice to someone who was starting a business, it would be just to try and let go. Once I learnt the art of delegating, which I'm really great at now, it was a total game changer. And I find if you just employ somebody when you can, and if you can afford to, employ somebody and get somebody who's better at it than you are, and then just let them do their job. Outsource the bits that you can. Get a bookkeeper or get a cleaner at home, whatever it is that keeps you sane. But there's lots of talented people, so it's that letting go. That was a real lesson for me, and then then that allows you to actually grow.
I think absolutely fabulous advice.
Yeah.
Very last question from me. Where's your next for Expressions? What does the future look like?
Well, after all my years in fundraising, which is not just Expressions, before that over 20 years now, I'm still quite passionate about that, but it's a changing world. It's people are really time poor, and it's much harder to get volunteers. So with a couple of partners, we're right at the beginning of starting a really exciting new project, a bit of a digital platform of fundraising, which doesn't require as many volunteers. So that'll be launching out to sort of its regional and metro in the next couple of months.
Brilliant, exciting times. Well, listen, good luck with that. I love that because you're actually moving with the times as the world gets more digital. So amazing stuff on Emma. Thank you so much for coming to the Enterprise.
Thanks for having me.
I told you it would go quickly.
Thanks,
See you next time.
See ya.
That's all we've got time for right now. We'll be sure to come back next week when we look at more of the issues affecting your small business. I'm Chloe James. Thanks for watching.